Okay, everyone, this story has just broken, and I know a lot of people have been talking about it and like trying to expose it for a while. This was something I've seen maybe pop up once or twice, and I didn't really know the validity of it, but my God. So this huge TikTok creator has been exposed for faking cancer. Crazy sentence, by the way. And mainstream media are now picking up and reporting on it, and she has actually responded to it, and we just got to dive into the entire story. So first of all, I'm just going to say that if you're not subscribed, I want to get right into the video. Please consider subscribing. We're getting so close to 500K. And also, my Patreon deal is now still up. Code YouTubeMucker, 30% off. If you sign up, you can get access to me reacting to Trisha's Broadway Dream, her Broadway show, Escape at Night Season 1, 2, and 3, and Beast Game Season 1. We're also doing a lot more this month, but my God, I just want to get into the topic. So, it's this creator right here. Her name is Brittany Miller, and she is a huge creator here in the UK, at least. Like, I know that I know that a lot of like my UK friends like watched her content and stuff like that. So let me know if you do know who she is, but she has a lot of followers. She has 225 million likes, and she makes content about her day, about her and her kids. She, you know, makes dinner and stuff. This is her right here.
I'm just making breakfast for me and the twins. This breakfast is literally unreal. Bite-sized banana pancakes. I love it. They love it.
So this is her content, right? Where she does these kind of things about her life, her and her kids, a lot of updates with her and her kids and stuff like that. But anyways, I think it was The Sun that broke this first, which is crazy because The Sun are incredibly unreliable. But everyone else has picked up on it, and she has now basically addressed it and owned up to it. But let me give you a little summary. Okay, so Brittany Miller is her name, okay? And in 2017, when she was, I think, 21, she claimed that she had stage 3 stomach cancer, okay? Now, a fundraising page was created on her behalf, and she basically says that she had knowledge of it, but a fundraising page was set up on her behalf because she claimed that she had stage 3 stomach cancer. Now, she claims that she shut the page down as soon as she noticed the donations, and she says that she never personally took the money. I cannot believe that there was a page in the first place. And in July 2020, she was convicted of fraud by false representation in the UK as a result of these actions, and she received a 12-month conditional discharge and was basically required to pay costs for it. And then a couple days ago, after this blew up on social media, she actually posted, you know, to all of her followers a video about it. Now, we're going to get to that video in a second, but obviously we've got to take a step back and kind of just acknowledge this situation. So it's obviously important to note that lying about having cancer is not normal. Lying about having diseases or going through terminal illnesses is not normal. We live in a clout world, but this is not normal. Lying about having a serious illness is not normal. And also, there's so many reasons why it's not normal. But also, the fact that people who are in your audience are going through or have experienced other people, I would assume most if not all, what you are lying about adds a whole other level to it. And also, an influencer with 3.5 million, or at least, you know, the audience that she had, the huge audience even back then, to leverage that as to faking cancer? Fundraisers being set up on your behalf about cancer? Now, she says that she was in a dark place in 2017, that she lost her partner, lost her job, and bad mental health, and that she was basically going through a lot of like suicidal ideology and thoughts. And she also says that it wasn't malicious or calculated for likes or followers. That basically the lie was before her TikTok fame and wasn't part of a long-term scheme. So it's important to note that she, you know, has all these followers and has been gaining all these followers past this happening. But still, any sort of following, even if you have a fucking small Facebook group, why the fuck are you using one person, two person, 10 people, 100 people, or whatever? Why are you telling them this? Why are you lying? Now, obviously, this is kind of like the public side that I'm seeing about this is that people are saying that, number one, the apology is way too fucking late, because why are you doing it now? Obviously, because mainstream media places are, you know, covering it. And also, people are also saying that because she built her fame after she did this, that, like, how can we trust her now? And also, people that are supporting her don't know the full her because this happened before she blew up. Now, I saw online, on Reddit specifically, people were talking about, like, the like, key issues for this. And again, I just think that, like, obviously, it's important to note that, like, no sane person does this. And obviously, you have to be very mentally ill to do this. However, I don't see that as an excuse at all. And that may be controversial. I really don't see that as an excuse. I do not see mental illness as an excuse to fake having cancer. That is just me, honestly. I know a lot of people have a lot of different takes on that, but for me, I can't. Now again, the timeline, it can be an explanation, not an excuse, yeah. So again, 2017, she claimed to have stage 3 gastric, which is stomach, cancer. In 2017 was when the crowdfunding page was created by friends or family or someone in her circle, allegedly, supporting her treatment. She claims that she basically got it removed after. Now, from 2017 until 2020, when she is, like, blowing up on social media, from 2017 until now, when she's blowing up on social media, you know, it's basically going, for the most part, wildly unaddressed, which I think is fucking crazy, because you're building your fan base and social media up on what I do see as, like, a fake persona if you're not willing to admit what you've done on the internet. And also, when you inevitably fucking respond to it when it comes up and gets too big, I see that as so inauthentic. So let's get to her response, okay? Let's get to her response. Now, I did see online, I looked up, because I know there's going to be people, like, trying to be on her side about this. People who commit medical frauds like this are often fitting a psychological pattern known as fictitious disorder, which is sometimes referred to as Munchausen syndrome. And if you watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Amsterdam season, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's where someone is faking or exaggerating an illness for emotional validation, and it doesn't even mean that they're doing it for financial gain at all. Like, it literally is just for, like, attention and validation, because it's, like, craving sympathy and attention that comes with being a sick person or the sick one. And so, based on what she's saying, she was, you know, young and going through loss and stuff like that, so she was craving attention. However, again, as someone said, I can see it as an explanation. I do not see it as an excuse. I think, I honestly, like, how dare you lie about something? But anyways, let's get to her response. And also, I find it so dishonest to, in big 2025, when you were doing this in 2017, you know, start the fucking response practice. But anyways, let's get to it.
Okay, so I never wanted to talk about this time in my life because it was a very difficult time for me. But I owe it to my followers and people that support me to tell you my truth. I also want to put a stop to the people that are twisting and exaggerating what actually...
She's well off, clearly, then why lie? It is important to know, I want to make this very, very, very clear. Waterworks already, of course. I want to make this very, very, very clear that she did this in 2017 before she blew up on social media. So this was not something she was doing in the social media aspect to financially gain off of. But again, with Munchausen, mainly people are doing this for attention rather than money. But the problem is that throughout her entire social media rise, this has never really properly been addressed. Therefore, your audience don't know the real you. That's the problem. I think she was 21 when she did this.
It happened. So I'm just going to go from the beginning. So back in 2017, I had extremely bad mental health. And at the time I didn't realise how bad. But it was bad. I was depressed, I was suicidal, I was lost, I was confused. I lost my partner, I lost my job, and there was lots of things in that year that led me to be mentally ill. I said something to someone within my immediate circle in confidence. One stupid sentence that I deeply regret. I said I had an illness, which was cancer. I didn't do this for malicious intent or to scam people. I did this out of desperation. I did it to keep the people close to me, to keep the people in my life close to me. I don't condone it. I understand why I did it. And I've learned from my mistakes. This was not a long-running scam or a manipulative story like it's been made out to be. The people that I told then told a couple of others, and there was a fundraising page made on behalf of me, which I knew about. And as soon as I saw there was donations, there was 2 donations, I had the page immediately shut down and I didn't take a penny from it. I've grown from this. I am working on being the best version of myself. It took me a long time to understand why I did it. And I forgive myself because I was mentally ill. And I am so deeply sorry to anyone that I've upset or triggered from saying what I said. I wasn't on social media at the time. This was years before I was even on social media.
Again, just want to make that correction myself and want to make it very, very, very clear that she did this in 2017 before she blew up online. I think I made the mistake of, I misspoke. Sorry, I had so much information in front of me. I misspoke. I think at the start of the video I was implying that, or it sounded like I was implying that doing this to 2.8 million followers. I just want to clarify as well that she did this in 2017 before she was blowing up on social media. Her rise on social media has nothing to do at all. Want to make that very, very, very clear. Has nothing to do with her faking cancer. They are completely unrelated. At the start of the video, I was trying to make it very clear about the amount of followers she has now and the fact she has built this and people didn't know that she had done this and are supporting someone who had done this. Just want to make that very clear. Have I made that clear enough, y'all? Tell me if I've made that clear enough. Okay, great.
I didn't do this for likes or followers. And I know how horrible this disease is. And I know how much it affects people. So for that, I am so, so sorry. I admitted what I did. And I said sorry to the people that I hurt. After it all happened, a year later, I moved away from my hometown because I wanted to work on myself. I wanted to be better. I wanted to be mentally well again. I wanted to surround myself with people that were gonna help me.
Does anyone know why this is being brought up 10 years later? Well, as someone who has seen her content, this has been being brought up the entire time she's been blowing up on social media, but it was just never properly addressed.
And I got a job with a
And I think that she is now addressing it, in my opinion, because The Sun and all these huge publications have done write-ups about this story and how crazy it is.
fundraising company. And that's how I met Ash. I was able to work for charities. And me and Ash fundraised together for a short period of time. I wasn't good at it at all. But Ash helped me so, so much. and his family helped me so much, and I'll forever be grateful.
My problem with this is, as someone who has seen her content, how long it has taken her to actually admit that she did this pisses me off.
He was my light at the end of the tunnel. He helped me be well again. He helped me forgive myself. And although I am so emotional when I talk about this, I am mentally well again.
I love whenever someone's crying and they have to remind me that they're emotional. It happens a lot.
And I'm so proud of where I've come, from being in that dark place to now. And I'm here because I want to be an advocate for mental health. I want to help people because I know what it's like to be in a dark place. And I want to help people. And I also just want to say a massive thank you to all the people out there that support me and still follow me. When you didn't know my truth, you still believed in me. If I could go back and change what I did, I would do it in a heartbeat. It was one stupid sentence that I said almost a decade ago. And I've learned so much from it. And I'm so grateful for you all. And I really love you so much. So thank you. Okay.
All right. I got this video sent to me that I want to get to.
So Brittany Miller lied about cancer. I found the thing and I also did a post. It was in 2017. You can pause and read. This is also what was said in the description. Pause and read, guys.
Oh my God. My beautiful sister best friend Brittany is 21 and has been diagnosed with gastric cancer and is fighting for her life. At the moment, she's having radiotherapy to shrink the tumor so they can operate. She is out of work and struggling to pay her bills and travel to... Okay, here's the thing. This is what's like when she's saying, oh, it was just that little sentence that I fucking said. You know what I mean? I'm like... Any donations or support would be appreciated.
I'm literally just going to go in with how I feel and my thoughts on this. I've read so many people's comments and I agree and I disagree with loads. Personally, I just want to say that age of 21, you should know better. But we've all done things when we're younger and dumber. Nobody's perfect at the end of the day. I lost someone who was like an auntie to me to terminal cancer and I didn't get to see her because of COVID. It was really shit and the whole experience of it is horrible. I also lost a friend, Leah Smith, to cancer, and seeing her go through what she had to go through.
Also... Sorry, let me get back to this.
You should know. Also, it was in 2000.
The goal, £500 target, and she's fighting for her life. They couldn't have made it any clearer that she just wanted to do like a Shein haul.
17, you can pause and read. Back to something that you took from, if you get what I mean. Yes, of course, she's got followers now. I actually think this would be a really great opportunity for her. If she truly is sorry, maybe do something like, try to do it like a charity. Or do one of the cancer runs. That would be really good to raise money. Give back to something that you took from, if you get what I mean. People also mentioned, oh, I comment and my comment's not going through, or I'm being blocked. She's trying to, dull it. It's been like this for years. Because you can't make money if, you're lying about cancer. Brands are not going to want to work with you. For instance, she's working with Shein at the moment. Then again, I've heard things about Shein, so Shein would probably work with anyone. What she did was stupid. I don't agree with it. I'm not saying forgive.
Yeah, I'm like, why would we give her our money?
Because at the end of the day, she really don't give a fuck about you, not in a horrible way. She has a big, massive following. People are going to love her regardless. Or people are going to enjoy what she does. Clearly, if she's got a following for it, people like what she does. You've just got to leave people to make up their own minds, okay? When information is provided and you see the facts, people are going to make up their mind. If they support her, they support her. You really can't do much. You can't force people to hate someone. And if you do force someone to hate someone, you're not as good. Because leaving hate on someone's page is different from, holding them accountable for what they've done wrong. I would just say in this situation, she knows what she's done is wrong. People are going to have an opinion on it. It's been years now. You're going to have people that are going to be really angry about this. You're going to have people...
I think the overarching point here is just acknowledging how long people have been asking for her to acknowledge this, and she is really acknowledging it once it's gone mainstream.
People that are going to say it was a mistake. There's going to be loads of different views. Since it's making newspapers, because it didn't make newspapers all those years ago, address it with an apology video. Obviously, she knows what she's done is wrong. I would say let's not leave really nasty comments or death threats or nasty things like that, because then you'll just know better than the person. Do you get what I mean? So to sum up what I basically said is, she should have known better. Now it's in the news and there's nothing she can do about it. People that just choose to support are going to support. People that aren't going to support.
All right, interesting. Yeah, and also I think it's really interesting because, first of all, it's so specific, like lying about a specific cancer as well, like whatever. I can acknowledge that Munchausen is a real thing. I can acknowledge how mental health can make people act. Again, it is an explanation, not an excuse. I do just think that there's something that we see time and time again of people building a career. There's a scandal there. They're asked to acknowledge it. They don't. And they only acknowledge it once like a Business Insider talks about it. You know what I mean? And that's always disappointing and very insincere. But again, this is in the past. Let's hope she learned from it. Her audience now fully know about it, so they know who they're supporting. And at the end of the day, that's that. Still quite crazy though, but we'll leave it there.